have a drone. Put a drone. I have a drone.
We'll take that. I mean.
Nice, you got it. Tag him.
Last one long. Yo, what's up, boys? So for today, what we're actually gonna do is help maximize your frames and lower your latency. So I got some cool tips and tricks that you guys can use in your PC and some VALORANT settings that will help you guys get better frames. So if you guys are struggling with frames and you guys are looking for a fix, here's some cool things that you guys can do. Okay, so first things first, what we're gonna wanna do is go into video settings. We're gonna go into stats, and then under, you got two things that you wanna go to text only. You got CPU render time, make sure that's text only, and then render latency, make sure that's text only as well. So you can see those in the top left. What we're actually gonna do is we're gonna use this to compare what we get later in the video. So you can see what you get now, keep it noted, and then you can see what you get later on when we change some settings around. All right, so first things first, we're gonna go to video settings again, this time general. If you have a GPU card that's better than a 1070 and your drivers are fully updated, what you're gonna do is change this to on plus boost or on. Make sure that's just not off. This will help increase latency, or sorry, decrease latency. So that's the first thing that you guys are gonna wanna do. Okay, next up, we're actually gonna wanna go on our desktop here. Find your VALORANT, go to properties, and then you're gonna wanna go to compatibility here. And what you wanna do is make sure this is checked, disable full screen optimizations. Usually it's unchecked, so just make sure you check that. And then go to change high DPI settings. And then high DPI scaling override, you're gonna wanna check this box and make sure it's on application. And then just hit okay and apply. All right, next up, we're gonna take a little trip to our control panel here. I'm gonna go to manage 3D settings. And then there's two things that you really want to change here. The first is power management mode. I'm gonna make this prefer maximum performance. And then the other one is quality here. Make sure this is high performance. And just hit apply and you should be good. It's gonna help a little bit with frames. Okay, so the next two things that we're gonna do, we're gonna hit the Windows key and then we're gonna go into game mode settings. From here, we're just gonna turn this one on. Pretty easy. And then next, Windows key again, type in device manager. In device manager, we're gonna scroll down, we're gonna go to system devices, and then we're gonna look for high precision event timer. So if you guys don't know what this is, I recommend you guys do your own research and maybe look up a video about it. A small percentage of the population, it's actually gonna enhance your frames a lot. But if you do get issues in your PC, or you notice some errors, then you can re-enable it. But what you're gonna do, just right click on it and then hit disable device. Mine's already disabled. And it actually might help your frames out a lot. So go ahead and do that. Okay, so for the next portion of the video, I'm actually gonna go over my in-game settings and my graphics qualities and stuff like that. The beginning half of this video was actually, I watched a Stronglegs video about how you can increase your frames. I'm gonna put his YouTube channel and the link to the video in the description. So if you guys want to go check him out, that'd be great. He's got really good content. He plays professional for Renegades and he does a bunch of Sky tutorials. So similar to my content except Sky. So go ahead and check him out and show him some love. Okay, so for my graphics quality, a lot of people use these settings. We're gonna want to turn everything off into the lowest setting here. And then I turn multi-threaded rendering on. This is just uses more cores on your CPU. So, and then for the rest, to get the best frames, I turn everything else off. Okay, and then for the general, full screen, obviously, and then 1798 by 1080. This is a different res than 99.9% of the population, but I like it, so I use it. And then I keep my frames uncapped, so my frames go all over the place. And then the only two for statistics are client FPS and my network round trip. These are the only two that really matter to me in game, because I can see where my frames are at if I'm streaming and I'm dipping on frames, and then I can see if I'm lagging or not with the little graph on the right. Okay, for Crosshair, a lot of you guys know my Crosshair already, but I just use 1511, only the inner lines. It's actually a pretty clean Crosshair. I got this one from Kohler. I use a little bit different variation of it, but it is pretty similar and it is nice. The other crosshair that I used to use, it's not, I don't think it's as good, but 1423. This one's okay. Not my favorite, but this is my old crosshair. So if you guys want to try this one out, let me know if you guys like it, and maybe it'll be our next crosshair. Okay, now in the general tab. So main things, highlights, I use yellow. This one's very preference based. I think a lot of people do use yellow though. 0.4 for sense. Map, also preference. I use rotate, keep player centered on, and then I'd use the max mini map size with a medium zoom. And if you guys want to check out these ones, I'll just scroll down quickly, and you can change accordingly if you'd like to. Okay, finally, I'm just gonna show you some movement binds that I use that are different. If you guys are not CS players or you don't have the best movement, what I advise to you is get used to jumping with your scroll wheel down. It sounds weird and it's gonna be feel very awkward at first, but I assure you this is how you get better movement, because you will, as soon as you touch the ground, you will B-hop as opposed to hitting spacebar where you have to timing it perfectly. So I have scroll wheel down and spacebar to jump. I do change my control and shift. This is just preference, don't worry about that. And then I think you have to unbind this one as well. So yeah, that's the only thing I'd say for movement is to make sure that you use scroll wheel down for jump, because it'll actually help improve your movement a lot. All right, cuties, that's gonna be the end of this video. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure you guys drop a little thumbs up and then comment, you know, if you guys like the new crosshair or if there's anything else that you guys could use for, you know, better frames. If there's anything you guys have found out that, you know, experimented with and it's like actually works. Otherwise, make sure you guys go check out Strong Legs, and yeah, we'll see you in the next video. All right, boys, peace.
These cowards aren't ready for me. I fight dirty. Child's play. Guns in my face. Just another Tuesday. To the one, to the one, to the three. Hell yeah! Next drink's on me. Knock 'em out. Put them in the